Today on Fiveman, we learned a mother's role is illusionary, but her role on the silver screen, priceless. To the perverts in their windowless vans, at least. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Oh, yes, guys. Like I said, my name is James, and oh, man, I'm in desperate need of employment, freelance employment, part-time employment, maybe full-time employment, but hey, I live so Leslie. You live large, you live few. I guess you live small. That's probably the accurate thing. I live so small that I can live off a part-time job and flourish. I haven't been making income for the past 4 years and am still flourishing. Daddy's not in my pocket. Mommy not in my pocket. Until recently, she's a $10 patron, father. Earning my love, not you. I saw a job listing, Nicole, the bricks, Jakis. I saw a job listing for audio editing that was baffling. It was someone for an internship wanting to pay with, in quotes, exposure. So I was like, okay, this already sucks, but maybe they'll have a huge fan base. So I looked them up. Between YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, they maybe have 300 followers, meaning they don't even, we have like 1,000 followers on Twitter, and that equates to, 60 listens per episode. So this individual does not have the right in this economy, as Corwin of This Movie's Gay said, to have an unpaid internship that says, hey, and at the end of 3 months in this fast-paced 8 to 10 hour weeks, it's insane because also her episodes are like 30 minutes long. That's an hour and a half tops to edit. So, ma'am, you're doing something wrong in the edit. You need to pay someone who knows what they're doing. And all you'll have to do is pay me if I'm doing it. $20 because I charge $15 an hour. Don't think that math adds up. $22.50. There's math for you. It just frustrated me, baffled me, is to the point where I applied to the job. Just to be like, because I think I just want to talk to this person and say, where are you coming from? What's your angle here? Because she's like, oh, I need to focus on the content. I can't be editing all the time. And it's like, dude, you need to do both so you understand. If you're spending 8 to 10 hours per episode, you know how much fucking goes into doing that, even though it wouldn't take 8 to 10 hours for me, that you should be offering something more than exposure. She'll give you a shout out in the show description, not even on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
The audacity, and I'm not talking about the program that you record on. She might use the program that records on it. That's fine. But, oh, man, and she also was like, and a plus to free music is that's a plus. And that's like, you're not even going to pay for the subscription. You want to piggyback off from someone else. It made me baffled. The Discord was having a fun time about it as well. But the American Dental Association, they rejected my application. That's pretty cool.
What do they need audio work
They
for?
have a podcast, I guess, talking teeth. They're like, oh, yes, my teeth are looking fabulous today. I'm talking so you can visually see my teeth. Even though you can't see it on this podcast, but you can hear that my teeth are out unsheathed. The lips are the foreskin of the mouth, bro.
I don't want to be alive anymore.
Let's introduce our guest.
Okay.
Do you want to?
No, stop asking me that.
You know her from the Rom Complex. It's Sam.
Sup, guys?
How are you today?
That's my air horn sound. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Applying for jobs, editing audio.
That's fun. Applying for jobs is the absolute worst. I don't recommend it. 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
Yeah, especially when it's like, I need the job, but do I want to work for the American Dental Association? Nothing against them. They do great work, but it feels like a boring job.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to work for WWE.
Then do it.
I applied. Fingers crossed. Moving to Connecticut.
Let's go.
Yeah, living by the sea. You live by the sea.
Do I?
Aren't you in?
I'm in Burbank. Is anywhere in LA by the sea?
In my book.
I don't think it is. I think anyone who lives here is like, no, Santa Monica and Malibu is that's a different country in my opinion. It takes forever to get over there.
But we don't live there. So to us tourists, you live by the sea.
Yes, I do. I live by the sea.
Like, I can scoot to Lake Michigan within 15, 20 minutes on my push scooter. So I live by the lake.
Sure.
I love the lake. I actually have an issue with oceans. They're too vast. They kind of freak me out. Lakes are a little more contained.
Except a Great Lake. Those are also pretty vast.
They are. But compared to the ocean, that's kid stuff right there.
I hear there's a specific spot in Lake Superior that is deeper than the Mariana Trench. Pretty intense.
Cool.
I once dropped a penny down there, did not hear it hit the ground.
Because it's a lake.
Yeah. Duh. Idiot.
Yeah.
Sam, you're into romantic comedies?
I am.
Was it I've never actually asked Shelby this. Whose idea was the Rom Complex?
It was a little bit of both. I came up with the name and kind of the basic, not format, but the basic idea of the show. But through conversations at parties, we kind of realized that we both are obsessed with rom-coms. And not even just like, oh, the good ones. No, we love the bad ones too. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh, we should. She already had a podcast going. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to start a podcast. This would be so fun. And she's like, yeah, once we like figure out an idea, we can start, recording. And one day it must have either been a shower thought or a random dream that I had and woke up from. And I was like, epiphany. The idea of the Rom Complex came out. I was like, and then I like went to a party at her house and pitched it to her like I was in a business meeting. I was like, listen, this is what we like, but it's still fucked up, Like, I love it and we hate it, and we still carry all those tropes and ideas about love and relationships with us. And I was like, and get this, we call it the Rom Complex. And the idea was born.
Hell yeah. I had this same exact conversation with Shelby a couple months ago for the new show we're making.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I had like outlined my talking points, and then she just ends with, yeah, that sounds great, let's do it. I was like, okay, I thought there would be pushback. I'm used to pushback from other individuals.
Not Shelby. She's basically, anytime I come to her with like an idea for a themed month or content ideas, she's like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I was like, great. Don't even fight,
I need to just apologize for a couple days from now, the movie that I'm forcing you guys, or not forcing you guys. Did you watch it already?
No, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really excited. It's perfect because we are doing Silly September, which is exciting. So that's actually the first movie of the month. We're finishing up right now. This week and next week are the last two of my picks that I'm forcing Shelby to watch. And then we're just going straight into some silly rom-coms. So
hell yeah.
Very excited. A Brendan Fraser joint. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
It was either that or Yogi Bear 3D. And I was like, no, all I'm going to do on Yogi Bear is just be like, Yogi Bear's the greatest thing in existence, guys. And then it's like, okay, calm down. But what did you think of the movie? It's the best. I'm crying right now.
Yep.
I mean, you're probably still going to do that.
What about Dudley Do-Right?
No, just still about Yogi Bear.
Yeah, I see him every day when I walk in this room. Many hundreds of him, I wish. P.O. Box, it's in the description, guys. Yeah, there's like a 10-minute short cartoon up front. Skip that. It has nothing to do with it, and then it becomes a 70-minute movie, and you're like, wow, this is actually okay.
Hey, like it. I like the hacks. We try to keep our movies as short as possible, which is, I mean, most rom-coms aren't very long until you get into the rom-coms that think they're doing something that they're not. Then those are like closer to 2 hours, but gotta love a 70-minute movie.
Yeah. Some stuff for this movie's gay. Like Corwin would be like, you were going to watch this almost 3-hour-long movie. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And I'm like, Corwin, why did you make me watch this 3-hour-long movie about finding seashells by the beach? I think that's what Amorite or whatever it was about. Oh, fossils, not or seashells is fossils, kind of. They're pre-fossils. We're pre-fossils.
Sure,
Holy
James.
shit. Someday we're going to be fossils.
Not me. I'm gonna live forever. So don't know what to tell you.
I want to be a pile of dust,
Stardust.
baby. Not just regular dust.
I just want someone to consume me when I die, so I can provide substance, so then finally my life is worth.
Okay, like how?
I don't know, alive, dead, in between. Like if I'm on life support, I'm a vegetable. Hey, make me a dish.
A pot roast. Put you in a pot roast.
And then you can cut into me, blood squirting.
Yeah.
And then call it good. A disgusting thing on Jellystone, bring it back to Yogi Bear. This season, this is related. I forgot who it was. Wallygator. He doesn't have, they explain something that he doesn't have a pulse because he has a fake heart that just continuously courses blood. So he has like a blood river inside of him. And I was like, why is that disgusting? I don't like it.
I mean, we all have a blood river inside of us, don't we?
But it's like it pumps, like it's goo-goo.
Because as what's her face said, bodies are disgusting.
Yeah, Allison Reich.
Yes.
Guys, check out that YouTube
The
series.
funniest YouTube series.
I had other questions. Oh, speaking on rom-coms, what is one that you recommend everyone should watch?
So anytime I get the question, like, what's your favorite rom-com? I always go classic, When Harry Met Sally. You know, Above and Beyond. I can watch that movie 20 times in a row, not get tired. I mean, it's fantastic. Friends to Lovers. You got Beautiful New York and Through the Seasons. Great time.
Sure. I like to ask, what do you think is underrated?
I know. That's what I'm trying to I was like, that's usually like my classic answer that I give to everybody. But I like a lot of like really just like bad Hallmark movie type situations.
Yeah.
Just because they are so formulaic and so comforting. We actually did a movie on the podcast in December that I recommend to people all the time, even though it's like the dumbest, weirdest movie. It's called The Spirit of Christmas. And it is a rom-com about a woman who has to sell this old house where the owner, I guess, died. But there's the ghost of the former tenant still living in the house. And she can see him from the 20th to Christmas Eve or something. There's like a window. I can't remember what the date window is. So they're interacting and she falls in love with a ghost, guys. Like, it's real. She falls in love with a ghost. And then he just, I mean, no spoilers, but spoilers, he just somehow comes back to life. They don't explain it. They don't want to explain it. He just shows back up.
It's through the power of love and Christmas magic. Okay.
Nicole,
yes.
I was like, didn't we watch that? But I think one day at your mom's house, you were doing Christmas stuff, and on Ion Television, I think it was, that was on, and I watched it.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
It's baffling.
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend. I watch it probably every year.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the Hallmark Christmas movies that try to save on budget by simply filming in Los Angeles, no snow?
You know what? Everybody has Christmas, even Los Angeles with no snow.
No.
So you gotta represent. I listen, I love all things Hallmark. Like, it's, I remember they had their streaming service. I had their streaming service at one point. I had to get rid of it because I have like 10 now. But just watching all of the low budget Those are the best ones. Like, so Hallmark actually has some good movies. They're actually like decent plot, decent acting. But the bad ones are where the money is. Like, that is where my heart truly lies.
Yeah.
So the lower budget on a Christmas movie specifically, the better to me that movie is.
I'm more fond of Lifetime. Like, have you ever seen Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever?
No, I haven't.
Dude, you need to watch it. It is 100% flawless. It's funny. Aubrey Plaza plays Grumpy Cat.
No way.
It's fantastic.
It's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I have to add that to my list. That sounds fantastic.
The bully girl from It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2, like the child version, she is the main character. And it was written by a SpongeBob writer, so it's like very quippy and funny and lighthearted, and they play into the fact that it's a Lifetime movie sometimes, but they do it well.
Oh, I love that. I'm definitely adding that to the list.
And Stalked by My Doctor. That's one of the best rom-coms I've ever seen.
Yeah, I have not seen it, but it sounds like probably the best rom-com ever written.
It's baffling. Oh man, Stalked by My Doctor. 1, 2, 3. I love them. Have not seen 4 or 5 yet. They're churning them out, Nicole.
Have you seen Giant Mechanical Man?
What? No.
I love that movie. It's good.
Listen, after this is over, just send me a whole list of things that I should. I love when people tell me what to watch because frankly, I always get in these moments where I'm just scrolling on Netflix or Amazon and I'm just like, there's nothing to watch. I don't want to watch any of this. But if someone says, hey, watch this, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, Giant Mechanical Man is a great rom-com. I like it. I could see like other people thinking it's kind of boring, but I don't know. It's just like this dude that dresses up as one of those like silver statues.
Oh, uh-huh.
And like in him falling in love with this like Pam from The Office, literally that actress.
Uh-huh.
Who's just like depressed and they like fall in love. I don't know. I like it.
That sounds really cute. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any normal rom-coms that aren't Stalked by My Doctor.
Oh my God.
But for real, it's one of the most baffling things I've ever seen, and it's insane. They just keep getting crazier and crazier.
It just sounds like the Sharknado of Lifetime is what it sounds like to me.
It is. It is a doctor who...
No, Santa Jaws is the Sharknado of Lifetime.
But that's not a Lifetime movie. Just some dudes made that.
Yeah.
Stalked by My Doctor is, what's her name? Emma Roberts' dad, Eric Roberts. He is playing...
I didn't know he was in things.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm learning so much today. Thank you guys. I really do feel like I'm getting an education.
He plays psychopath perfectly because he was in Star 80. And that's a very good movie from it's very depressing. So if you're like, I want to watch something lighthearted. Stalked by My Doctor is lighthearted in the fact that you cannot take it seriously because it's this doctor who operates and saves this she's 18, but this high schooler's life, and he falls in love with her.
Oh.
But yeah, Stalked by My Doctor, guys. I've said it so many times this episode. Check it out. So
it's almost like they're paying you. It feels like a promo.
Lifetime, give me $1. And if you're looking to get into podcasting, please hire me part-time. Last question. Between you and Shelby, I want to start some drama.
Oh, gosh.
Which of you do you think does a better edit of the show?
Oh. Can I be completely honest? I don't ever really listen to the episodes unless I'm editing them.
Same.
So I don't know that I've heard a Shelby edit in a really long time. But I think because our podcast is so low key, I can't imagine that we edit that much differently. I genuinely think it's pretty much the same, except that I will sometimes take stuff out. Like if I say something that I'm like, no, this is stupid, then I'll take it out for myself to save the humiliation. But I'll let Shelby have it though.
Okay.
I feel like I just go in and I'm like, how quickly can we get this over with so we can just upload the episode and keep going? She probably spends a little more artistic audio editing time than I do.
I'm the opposite of you because if I say something stupid, I'm like, yeah, just leave it in. It's fucking fine. But if I'm like, I want everyone else, especially guests, to sound as best as they can when it comes to like sounding coherent, maybe to off balance how uncoherent I can be.
Shelby actually does a really good job of editing in the episode. So you'll probably notice when we record later this week that she's really good at keeping us on track. I can't do it to save my life. She actually is also really good at staying with the plot because for the most part, I take notes when I watch the movies, but not really. Like I'm just kind of watching them for the general idea. So she can really keep us on task. So it makes the editing a lot easier when I'm not having to worry about like, we ranted for 45 minutes in an hour-long episode about something that has nothing to do with the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that because that's this show. We should be talking about Super Sentai.
Yeah.
We're 24 minutes into it and we should be like, hey, let's get into it. So Nicole, let's get into it.
Wait, are you saying that Stalked by My Doctor is a rom-com?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's comedy. It's romantic from one person's side.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You haven't seen the first two.
Oh my
That's where the romance
goodness.
really gets in. If you were to come
If
into
anything,
our
it's a
relationship
horror movie.
right now. Okay, so it's a horror comedy romance.
No.
If you were to come into our relationship right now, you'd be like, well, they don't do a lot of romance. Like, where's this spark everyone's talking about? But if you were to see us year one Batman style, you'd be like, oh my God, they're shitting their pants. They're so in love. That's something that happened in year one of Batman, not canonically, but Kevin Smith says it happens in his comic.
Okay.
He says, ooh, when I blew up that bomb, I pooped myself.
Let's start the movement. Hashtag Batman is ace.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Batman poops himself.
No.
Batman dumps his cowl.
God damn it.
Damn,
I'm
that'd be
trying to
pretty
put
cool.
it out in the world and then maybe eventually we'll get that. He's a justice.
So, Sam, as a child or even now, what's your experience with Power Rangers or Super Sentai?
Very little. I remember watching Power Rangers as a kid, and I wanted to be the pink one. I knew that much. But yeah, I didn't really watch it all that much.
So you dreamt of being the Pink Ranger is what you're
Yes.
saying. So
yes,
I don't know
that's
if,
my biggest dream.
if someone was writing spec scripts for a podcast and needed a Pink Ranger for a table read, you'd be down to do that.
Oh, hell yeah. Baby Sam would be very into that.
Hell yeah. And maybe you were dreaming of being a Daphne or a Velma from Scooby-Doo, or maybe just a generic, well, not generic, we added some life into the script, a Scooby-Doo villain.
Oh, yeah, that would be really fun.
All right, we found our Daphne. I don't know why I'm saying it to you, Nicole. You aren't part of that show. Nicole's going to be a groundhog in that episode.
Ooh.
But you do it so well.
I don't do, no, you would do it. Try being a groundhog right now.
No.
Like an angry groundhog being mad that its gazpacho isn't there. Okay, never mind.
I don't even know what a groundhog sounds like. So that, perfect.
I don't either.
Spot on, Nicole. That was fantastic.
Like a...
That's also my impression of a cicada.
No, your drunk cicada was real good. The second one was real good. The first one was a little iffy.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to hear this. A drunk cicada? Come on.
Okay.
You can't just dangle that in front of me.
Nicole?
I don't know. I'm not drunk.
Nicole was drunk. That's what made it a drunk cicada.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a cicada that got hopped up on Bud Light. Got it.
It was like 5:30. Nicole was drunk. We were walking home, and she goes, "Hey, James, what am I?" And I was like, "Yeah, there you go." But it was more like, it wasn't as
Oh, God.
aggressive on the throat.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't either. All I know is it was good.
That was fantastic. I barely know what cicadas sound like. I just learned what a cicada was very recently.
Are you from California?
I'm from Florida, which apparently we have them in Florida too. I don't know. Maybe I just lived in a place without cicadas. Who knows?
I'm guessing you've never seen Neon Genesis Evangelion because Jesus Christ, do they just
anime
jam-pack cicadas into that piece of shit.
Yeah, they freak me out. I Googled what they look like and I was like, absolutely not. Pass.
I've saved a bunch of them because they were just like chilling on the sidewalk. And I'm like, dude, you're going to get stepped on.
Oh, I thought you meant like you've saved like a bunch of their casings.
No.
Ooh.
I would have been like, where? Get them out. You better mean as a child and they're somewhere in your mother's home.
Yeah.
Your mom would be like, oh my God, Nicole, No, my mom would be like this. She'd say, this is one of the cicadas James kept as a baby. And I'd be like, gross. Then she says,
It's a baby.
Me as a baby, I came up to my mom and said, look, I found a shell casing of a cicada. But
Look, Mom, I pissed in a jar.
yeah, that. Or my mom would say, oh, when you see this little rubber band, this is with the rubber band that they used to steal your foreskin. I'm so sorry about that, James. My mom, get out of here. But I appreciate your patronage over on patreon.com/MLMpod. Let's get into the episode.
We roast because we love.
Today we are discussing and we watched episode 31 of Fiveman entitled Dangerous Mother. Sam, initial thoughts?
Mothers are dangerous. So, I mean, my mom scares me and I'm well into after my 20s. So
Just say you're in your 30s.
yeah, I was like I was about to say I'm well into my 30s. I just got into my 30s. So I didn't want to mislead people into thinking I was older than I am. I just got here. And I'm still scared of my mother. So
I used to be scared of my mom, and then she did a complete 180, and now I'm scared of my mom because she's too friendly.
you're suspicious of her.
I'm like, I believe why you changed is because you murdered someone, and you're now capable of doing that.
Oh.
I think it's my mother is the responsible one and framed Jeffrey Willis
Wow.
for those murders
Okay.
and crimes.
Wow.
I'm kidding, guys. No. Google Jeffrey Willis. We'll be also talking about him next week on the show.
He's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer from our
That's
hometown.
the joke.
The FBI hears this podcast and now they're at your mom's house, just like banging down the door.
And then we get to do a true crime about that.
But then Facebook sending you ads for like duct tape and rope.
Ooh. Because everyone knows that I'm working on a trebuchet.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to break down these goddamn washing machines in our unit. Guys, find a key that I can use on these so I can get free laundry because, or send me a clothes wringer because I've been doing laundry in my tub.
I fucking hate it.
You love it. You're like, you're thrifty, baby.
It's gross.
It's not gross. I clean
And
the
it's
tub.
bad.
Also, me doing this means I clean the tub once a month minimum. And my arms are getting swole from it, from wringing them out. Oh, I know what. You're afraid that once we start doing snake bites again, I'm going to just destroy your arm.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, because I'll be real good at wringing.
No.
All right, okay. Let's get into the episode. I've said for the fourth time now. It starts out with, let's just do a rundown. Remy sees her mom in a dream and is like, this is a nightmare even, and says she's got to be here. It's a vision. It's so vivid. Seats even. And she goes, finds her mom. They're like, what the hell? You died 20 years ago. Oh, no. And it's an illusion by a film nerd. And then they destroy his equipment. Don't do that to a film nerd. That's fucking rude. And that's the end. Fiveman. That's a quick rundown, right?
Sure.
All right. So we start out in this nightmare, and the only way I can describe these wood carvings are wood carved Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Okay.
That's pretty accurate, actually. I was trying to figure out what they were. I was like, is it a bear? Is it? I was like running down through like is it a mouse? I don't understand. But Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. That's exactly what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing it's because we see the villain is half a tanuki. They might be tanukis. Are tanukis real? This is a serious question. Are tanukis real?
I thought they were.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Because sometimes it's like, well, that could just be some shit Mario made up.
Mario?
Because you get the tanuki power in Mario.
You think
I'm just saying
that's where it originated?
No, it could just be like a mythical creature.
Yeah.
And that's used in Japanese folklore. And I'm over here
if I make me fucking Google
I think
this
it's
shit?
real. And then people are like, James, you're a fucking idiot. They're a folklore. What do you think? Chupacabra's real?
Yes, it is real.
Oh, shit. They do eat goats.
It's there. It's waiting for you, actually, because you didn't believe in it. It's like Tinkerbell when she dies and you don't believe in her, but you don't believe in the chupacabra.
Wait.
It's coming for you, man.
Did you just say Tinkerbell dies when you don't believe in her?
Yeah, isn't that the whole thing?
Oh,
don't you have to like clap if you do believe in fairy? Like she dies without attention or something like that.
I gotta watch this Peter Pan movie.
I honestly am not a big Peter Pan person. I just know there's the whole thing with clapping. Listen, I have no idea.
Fucking Tinkerbell sounds like an attention hog.
Oh yeah, she's a Leo.
Someone wants to be an actor. Am I a Leo? I think I'm a Leo.
When is your birthday?
September 30th.
No, you're not a Leo.
A Libra.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, there we go. I know it's a Lee something. 2-syllable. What's up, Nicole?
So, you know how like raccoons are kind of like big fat cats?
I know, but yes.
Tanukis are just like the dog version.
Hell yeah.
So they are real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you on Q? She's on
I
Q.com.
don't know what that is.
Oh, you're not going to let me see a better picture?
No.
Nicole's holding her phone out from like a far distance, and I went to reach at it, and she just pulled it away. I'm like, let me see this.
Nah, dude.
QAnon is what I'm saying Nicole was on. Q.com. Nicole, you got any notes, or are you just looking at these cuties?
Reading that it's like literally raccoon dog.
All right. That's what the subtitle said as well. Well, I'll just keep going.
Why do tanuki have large balls?
I feel like we've talked about this before, or someone else has.
Yes.
Does it also say, why do they have bone in their penis? Because they're like a raccoon, which would mean they have raccoons have a bone in their penis.
Tanuki may be shown with their testicles flung over their backs like traveler's packs, or using them as drums.
Whoa!
What?
Hell
What
yeah!
an interesting animal. I didn't even know this thing existed, but now it uses its balls as drums.
I don't know if that's real. I
knapsack?
think it maybe means that people like draw it doing that.
Okay.
No, it's real. I'm putting that. That's canon. That's what they do.
I need to find an Animal Planet 30-minute doc on the Tanuki, and Lil Courier and I are doing This Existed for the Tanuki.
Animal edition.
Yeah, just for it. We're focusing on, an Animal Planet podcast. We just talk about animals?
Ooh, hell yeah.
Holy shit. What are
Fact
we doing?
and fiction, honestly. Mm-hmm. Make it for everybody.
Yeah, do some cryptids.
Oh, yeah.
Throw in birds. I hear those are fake.
It's true.
Nicole, is this where that cat was buried in Spider-Man? This same temple area? It looks like... Oh, Nicole's just looking at genitals of a raccoon dog.
Dude, does that mean Tom Nook has big testes?
Yeah. Is Tom Nook a Tanuki?
Yeah.
All right. That's what he's hiding in those dockers.
Oh my God. Behind his apron.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Yeah, he's freeballing behind an ape.
Oh my fucking God.
Damn. I wonder, go to Rule 34 stuff, guys, and I'm positive that's represented on Tom Nook hentai.
Okay, I'm done, I promise.
Do they have, lengthy penises, or is it just thick testicles?
It's just the testes, dude.
That means, oh my God, on the inside, their ovaries must be gigantic, and they have heavy flow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Their ovaries are so large you can fling it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like a traveler's pack.
Absolutely.
You could hide a lot of gemstones in there, Nicole.
So many gemstones.
That's a reference to a movie no one has seen. Was this where that cat was buried? Remember that cat episode of Spider-Man? The Toei version?
Yes.
This looks like the same temple and graveyard.
I don't think so.
All right.
I feel like there was more trees and less graves.
Well, people die over the course of 12 years. Graveyards fill. But the
True.
seasons remain the same. In sunny Los Angeles, that is. Move there. Do you want
No
more people
thanks.
moving to Los Angeles?
Absolutely not.
Hell yeah.
Why is galactic kung fu? Why do they make it seem like that's important?
To make the world building experience better.
Okay.
Because if it's just kung fu, okay. But if it's galactic kung fu, that's of specifically just this show.
Sure. Do you think it's a way for them to be like, hey, if we fuck it up,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
fine
yeah.
because it's not real kung fu. It's galactic.
It's our version.
Yeah. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
It was like a PR move. They definitely were like, let's cover our asses before we show it out there.
It's also to say, hey, galactic kung fu is when you do front flips, the leaves move as if you're doing back flips in reverse. Because I don't know why they were doing that.
And that's the difference.
They recorded someone doing back flips, but then they reversed it so it looks like they're doing front flips or vice versa. And I just want to know why they chose to do that.
Because it's cool.
Okay.
It caught your attention, clearly. So
Because I saw the leaves move the opposite way, and I was like, what? The leaves were coming at them instead of away from them.
it's to get you to question the nature of your reality. That's what it's for.
Question reality like that kid on Small Soldiers. Oh, that's technically a rom-com
God damn it.
between him and Kirsten
Honestly,
Dunst.
everything is technically a rom-com if you really think about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of rom-coms, actually horror movies.
I was going to say Friday the 13th 2 and 1, technically rom-coms.
Yeah. He's just obsessed with her.
Yeah. Oh, his mother, you mean? It's an Oedipal rom-com.
I mean, yeah.
Do you get a lot of those?
Oedipal rom-coms?
Yeah.
No, not that I've seen, to be fair, but I have seen a little show on TLC called Mama's Boy. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
No.
Or I think it's called like I'm Dating a Mama's Boy or I'm in Love with a Mama's Boy. I have no idea. It's a reality show where you follow a couple and the girlfriend is basically like, his relationship with his mother is weird and I need to come first. And it's so awkward and so weird. There's one couple where the boyfriend calls his mom sexy. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. It's peak cringe. So I definitely recommend it because it's just so bad to watch. You're just like, why? Why?
I have said on this show and other shows that I hate parent relationships like that. So this, I might be able to get one episode in and be like,
Yeah.
I'm done. I do not want to see this. Because I would want to just like go up and smack those people in the faces and then to the girlfriend say like, leave, please leave.
Yeah. And I think a few of them have even had the relationships end because of that. I'm like, thank God. Like, get out of there, girl. Something's not right. But yeah, I don't have cable. I just randomly was at my dad's house a couple weekends ago, and he and his girlfriend had it on the TV, and I was like, what is this? Why? Who made this?
Is TLC, I think that might be on Discovery Plus, those shows. And if so, might be on there. We're taking Discovery Plus for 1 month so I can binge through all of BattleBots.
Nice.
Oh,
I just got my friend's Discovery Plus login. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a good day when you get that.
Oh, yeah.
We got HBO Max from Steve Barnes. Shout out to him, and Amazon Prime from him.
Nice.
But that's only because he's like, hey, James, you need to watch this for the podcast. Here is my login info.
Yeah.
I got to give him our Paramount Plus.
I thought you were canceling it.
Well, after this, because I realized the only thing on there after we watched the Rhett and Link show, realizing like this is not good.
Yeah.
Because it's too Food Network and not Rhett and Link Good Mythical Morning. So it's like everything you love about them is kind of neutered. It's weird. And every single episode is like, obviously, but it's such a blatant advertisement for whatever chain restaurant they're talking about that episode. It's not good.
Right.
Like if they had done it for smaller chains instead of like, hey, who needs our help? Panera Bread.
Obviously.
Chipotle. No, like do a Russ's or a Mr. Scribbs Pizza.
Well, and even like the bits that they were doing were like not good.
Yeah, they weren't Rhett and Link bits. They were general audience bits.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus bits.
Yeah.
Discovery Plus bits.
Disney Plus bits.
Whoa.
Disney Plus Bitcoin. That'd be pretty cool. What if Disney goes all blockchain and you can't get any of their stuff unless you have crypto?
It's in the vault.
Oh my God, it's the crypto vault.
Oh my God. They've been telling us all along.
Hell yeah.
They've been planning this for decades.
I'm tired.
I watched when I get high, I will start watching movies. Then by the time I'm done with movies and TV, I just go to amusement park YouTube documentaries like Yesterworld or whatever it's called. And they had one about the Disney Vault. And I'm like, wow, this is just a fucking sham to make money.
And it worked.
I legit thought you were going to talk about the YouTube videos where you like rides, like POV videos on YouTube, like roller coasters and stuff. That I was like, oh, that's cool. That's what you do to relax. That's nice.
I did do that once. And I was like, I can't do that again because I could feel the G-forces. I was like, my mind does not want this at this
the
time.
adrenaline is pumping now.
Because it was just one of those, like, it goes up and goes down tower things.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, ah! But I was just sitting on the couch.
I'm not a roller coaster person, but I do sometimes watch those videos because I feel like I'm missing out by not getting on roller coasters. So I want to be part of the experience. I just don't want to actually experience it.
Yeah.
I especially like dark rides. I enjoy those because it's like, oh, I'm never going to be able to go to this amusement park, but it's visually stunning.
Yeah.
Nicole, what's your next note?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Bear traps on her arms.
Mm-hmm. That was my next note. It's like suspension. Is that what it calls when you put hooks in your back and you just hang there?
Probably.
Yeah. Sounds right.
I didn't want to Google it because I would then see it. Razakel, the horrorcore rapper, she on MySpace back in the day was like, hey, I was at this event and I suspended or whatever it's called. And I was like, I don't want to I do want to unsee this.
I was just really thrown off by that simply because where's the blood? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was disappointed.
It literally like went through. It wasn't like it was around her hand or I don't know, in some kind of configuration where the bear trap was not in fact in her skin.
It was clearly foam.
Yeah.
Well, it was in her shoulders, wasn't it? So maybe she's got like a Kevlar jacket on.
Just her shoulder.
Yeah, that
She has
area.
Kevlar shoulder pads.
Businesswoman.
Yeah.
A boss bitch. It could also be that they didn't want to show blood at this time, but if this was Die Ranger, they would be like, hell yeah. Because remember when main dude that I forget his name, he was training with those like springs on his, like a suit of springs, and he was just bleeding everywhere.
That sounds sick.
Yeah, Die Ranger's dope. If you could illusion a loved one who died, like who cares if they're not real? You can experience your mother again. We could experience Frank again, and that would be badass because it would give Socks and Butter heart attacks when they like try to like jump on him and they just go right through him. They don't know how to react to that.
Yeah.
Be a goddamn ghost cat.
Goddamn ghost cat.
Man, I fucking wish he would be a ghost. Because then I'd hear his meows. Yes, it would be like very scary and I would cry, but I'd know he's there with me. You ever experience a ghost?
No. That is like my literal biggest fear is to have any kind of ghost encounter. We used to have, I did theater in college and, theaters are haunted or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, oh, but our theater ghost is so friendly. Like they would tell stories about how students who fell asleep in the green room would wake up with a blanket over them that they didn't put, like those kinds of like, she's like a nice grandma kind of stories. And I was like, absolutely not. No. I don't want to be here alone. I don't want to be here in the dark. Get me out of here.
Don't touch me, you specter.
No, that's not a ghost. That is a pervert putting blankets on people while they sleep.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly.
Was like a man in aviators the one really pushing the ghost story? Because if so...
Was half of his face burned?
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? There was a guy. No. Yeah, I'm not a fan of ghosts. Not to say, that is also to say that I love watching ghost hunting shows.
Oh, yeah. Same.
But I'm terrified. I don't want to experience it in my real life. My friends will go to those like haunted tours. There's a haunted hotel down in San Diego, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you.
I'm someone, I would love to see a ghost, but there would be two issues. The first one is this really a ghost? Because if it's a ghost, that's fine. But if it's a demon, it could attach to me. That I absolutely don't want. But the second thing is, once I see a ghost and I know they're real, I can never unexperience that and be like, it would consume my entire life of like, why isn't all, I'm talking about Beyblade, I went hard into this. I was like, why is all of science not focused on fucking ghosts? And I think it has to be like a Catholicism conspiracy to be like, well, if there's ghosts, maybe there's not a heaven, and oh man, and if it's just energy, it really means there's not a heaven. We can't let this get out, guys. So let's make sure we're lobbying for laws to prevent the usage of EVP
Ghost science.
in public places. You need a permit for that.
Hashtag Christians against ghost science.
Hell yeah.
We should get a picket. We should picket the churches to I don't know why my brain just like short circuited. I was like, priests?
Yeah. We
Other
should
church-related
ghost
words?
Science is real.
Yeah.
We actually, there's 3 people.
Wake up, sheeple.
Ghosts are real, heaven is not. And then we can pick
And
it.
God is a ghost because, as Nietzsche said, God is dead.
Oh. I mean, they say Holy Ghost.
Ooh. Wait. Oh, yeah, he is a ghost.
Yeah. You're right.
Father, Mother, Prince of Peace. I don't know. But there's 3 people we have to pick it. It is the church. It's the
Right.
politicians who are taking that money, and it's the scientists that they're not punk rock enough to say,
That's
fuck
true.
the government, fuck the society that we live in. We need to prove to everyone that ghosts are real. It's like Ghost World, that comic book.
It has nothing to do with ghosts.
For the longest time, I was this year old when I learned that Ghost World, not a comic book about people cohabitating with ghosts.
I'm gonna continue to believe that that's what that's about. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be told differently.
The moment I learned that it's not cohabitating with ghosts is the moment that I was just uninterested with ever seeing the movie adaptation. I was like, no, thank you. Give me them ghosts.
Sounds to me more like a ghost amusement park. That's a movie I would want to watch.
Ooh, Dead Endia on Netflix.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Imagine being a manager and every single meeting is one, your team presenting a stellar, promising, well thought out plan to carry out your goal as a company. And then the following meeting without fail is them discussing the failure of said plan. That is that Aurora Borealis hair empress. That's her day. Every single week is them being like, we know what's going to happen. Eventually, you just have to cut your losses and move on either to the next planet or just give up, even though you only need one more planet to obtain everlasting life.
Yeah.
That's also me as Marshland Media. I'm like, we got this amazing podcast idea. It's going to do buco numbers. And then silence when it releases.
Yeah.
So are you gonna like make yourself that headpiece that she wears?
Probably, yeah.
I think you should fully embody the character.
Yeah.
It'll at least be really fun, I find, headpieces.
But if I'm fully embodying her, I need the contact she wears, and I'm not a contact guy.
You're right. Can't do it without the contact.
No. I could, but I'm fine with like the rainbow lighting that she has for Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
And then
Didn't you say she like grossed you out though?
her hair does,
Yeah.
because it's hair. But now that Sean said it's Aurora Borealis, and it's insane that I've seen this entire series now almost 2 times, and I never understood like, oh, they're in the North Pole. She's Aurora Borealis lady, is baffling. But I think with that in mind and not hair, because I don't want hair like going as a mane but not a mane because I'm a floating head. I think I'm fine with it.
Sure.
And I'd have that like platinum silver hair. Hell yeah. I'm like Trunks from Super Saiyan show.
I always thought of it as like those like plastic strands for like fiber optics.
Yeah.
That's what I always saw it as.
You got fiber optics where you live yet? Google fiber.
I have fiber in my kitchen. You gotta get your fiber.
Okay.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything. Nobody tells me anything.
Nicole, next note. Sam, next note. You got any?
Mine is the next is just noodle ropes.
Oh, whoa, yours next note is
Yeah.
the end of the show. So let me just go through mine. Arthur comes in like a fucking champ and says, Earth Wave, takes them out. Man, this dude truly is the greatest leader in all of Sentai,
Yeah.
and I'm glad Shout is finally putting this out so people can see that. He's awesome. He's a great dad, a great friend, and a great leader. The forest scenes, also, again, singing praises of this. The forest scenes are so beautifully shot. Like, there was one scene of Remy after a battle. She, like, looks up and the camera's, like, quick zooms out on her. It's just, this is a masterpiece. That truck that dude's in would be extremely hot. You got a camera, like a film projector, 8mm style in there.
Yeah.
Also, at the end, we see like Zone in like a home video shot thing carrying their mom into like this room. They're making snuff films.
Okay.
Like 100%. So call up Nick Cage. We got a heightened sequel of 8mm. He's going to space.
8mm in space.
Every Nick Cage movie should have an in-space sequel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Besides Astro Boy, that would need to be in a medieval time sequel.
What?
Because that's already in space, Astro Boy.
It's not in space.
Astro? That's space, a
Boy?
terrestrial thing.
That's the Earth?
Orion's belt? That's on a boy, dude. Orion is a little boy. That's why it's so tiny. It only has 3 notches. Yeah, belts is astrological. What's another one of his? He doesn't have any space movies. The Croods in space.
Seriously, he has that. It literally is like colors in space.
But is that actual space?
Yes.
That's like Vampire's Kiss. He's not really a vampire in it. Or like Ghost World. There's no fucking ghosts in that.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah. I just got, what's the deadliest article of clothing? Because that dude, it's always a hat they take off and like swing at someone and it cuts someone in half. But in real life, what is the most deadly article of clothing?
Probably a belt.
Orion.
Maybe like jewelry?
Okay.
Maybe like a necklace with a sharp pendant. I don't know.
I was thinking like a mesh crop top, at least for like dolphins and turtles. Throw that in the ocean, they get caught up in there.
Yeah.
That's a deadliest catch.
Yeah.
And if you're wearing it, ooh, baby, you're a catch as well.
I was going to say that like necklace that old lady throws in the water from Titanic.
Ooh.
Because like maybe it was cursed and made the boat sink.
We know it was cursed because we've seen Titanic 666.
God, that movie was fucking terrible. So pissed we watched that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, Nicole actually wants to watch this, and then it's just not even a good bad. It's just bad.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. The literal worst. But I agree. I think that necklace is probably the deadliest article of clothing. At the very least, a fish like ate it and choked on it or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
I once had a mesh crop top in like high school. A friend's brother never wore it, so they gave it to me, and I wore it like at home. And my dad, to his credit, was just like, "Hey, man, don't wear that ever again. Like you can't wear that around. Why do you want to just wear that around the house? Don't be shirtless." I'm more fine with that than a mesh crop top. I can see your nipple slightly. I'd rather just see your nipple. You fucking maniac. Why are you like this? It wasn't me who did this to you. This was TV and rap music, James. So did you have any more notes on the episode or any last thoughts?
Listen, I actually had a lot of fun watching this because I've never seen this before. So it was very fun to see the creepy, wood carving things. I loved the whole illusion thing. I liked when she went to save her mom and then her mom disappeared but then popped up somewhere else. That was very fun. I also liked when they would project the illusion of the mom. It was like her head in a light bulb.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that image was just it stuck with me. It really stuck with me. I'll probably still be thinking about it a week from now. But yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad for Remy. I really did. Because I feel like her siblings were like, Mom's not here. She was like, no, I touched her.
She's
felt here.
Warm.
Yeah. I felt so bad for her. That poor girl.
Yeah, she's the heart of the show.
Yeah, I was like, this is truly evil. Them just like digging up this trauma and being like, your mom's alive. Just kidding. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This might be the most singular evil thing they do. Like making acid rain on an entire city. That's pretty evil. But yeah, this is bad.
This is like emotional torture. Mm-hmm. It's not a good look. I just felt it like, again, just her being the only one to believe this. Everyone's like, well, why does she look the way she did 20 years ago? And it's like, no, just let her have this.
I thought it was going to be a time travel thing.
Oh, yeah.
But then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows if she's still alive? It says at the end, maybe she is. Who knows?
Yeah.
I truly don't remember.
We'll have to keep watching to find out.
Yeah, we got, I think, 12, no, yeah, 12 or something, 16 more episodes or something left. Damn, man. I'm as sad as when we were getting ready to be done with Die Ranger. I think this is number 2 for all Sentai.
Okay.
That I've seen out of the 300 or so episodes I've seen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So these, even though it wasn't really touched on, it's like sometimes it's touched on heavily. Sometimes, like in this one, you wouldn't know these are 5 siblings who are also teachers, but they are. And they use whatever subject they teach in order to help them with their special abilities. Like one looks like they have dumbbell weapons because he's a PE teacher. Remy is a music teacher, so she has like rhythmic gymnastic stuff. So if you were a 5-man, it would be a 6-man, I'd guess. What subject would you teach, and how would you use that in your fight against the Zone Army?
Ooh. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's think about this. It would probably, like, the boring part of me wants to be like, oh, I'd teach something that has to do with reading because I just, like, read a lot. Like, a lot.
We could hyper-focus that. So, like, I had a mystery lit class. I had a Lord of the Rings class. Is there a specific type of literature that you like?
Romance, I gotta stay on brand. That's like the only thing that's what everybody knows. That's what I'm here for. So it would have to be romance.
Hell yeah.
So maybe like my power would be like, I don't know what it would do, but I know when I used it, it would like put hearts in people's eyes or something.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Like hard eyes. I don't know if it would like knock them out. I don't really know what the power would do. I just know how it will look.
It would be like a charm spell in Dungeons and Dragons, I think, where you charm them and they're like, oh my God, I am in love with you. And well, you're like, ha 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 ha. Your brothers and sisters are like gonna, as a collective unit, box their head.
They're hypnotized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By romance.
Oh, yeah. Like a snake charmer almost. Just like, I just stare into their eyes and then they get the heart eyes and then my siblings come and they just knock them out.
Or it's like a Victorian novel romance. Like all of a sudden they're transported and you're in a nice tuxedo and they're in those like dresses with the billowing butt and you're like, oh, I love you, this and that. And then snap back to reality. You're in your 5-man superhero outfit. They're still in that dress and they're like, this is cumbersome. I can't breathe in here. So now they're constrained and restricted.
They just face plant onto the ground.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, they just pass out because the corset is too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I like the many layers that we can do here.
Yeah, because romance is anything.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking you said, you transport them back to like Victorian England and then they're in the bustle with the skirt and all of a sudden I'm Jack the Ripper and I'm like, I don't know, just like stab them.
I like that too. Let's do it, Nicole.
It's very violent.
Very romantic.
That too. You know he loved all his victims.
Oh, God.
You know what?
Yeah.
Crimes of passion, I say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's an episode, Nicole.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it went swimmingly. Thank you so much for being a part of this, Sam. Do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, you guys, if you liked what you heard here, take it on over to the Rom Complex. We're on Apple, Spotify, all those things. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at the Rom Complex.
And I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed the first episode I ever listened to was the Little Italy one. And
oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, did I love that movie.
Oh, baby, that movie was something. It really was something, Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you're going to be on an episode next month. So, yeah, everyone listen out for us.
Yeah. And then you can be on the lookout for another OK Owl Marshland Media collaboration coming up in, I don't know, October. Well, Shelby and I we're very good at half of the podcast of recording those. And then when it's like, we need to find a bunch of people to be voice actors, that's where we might have gotten a little overzealous with being like, yeah, we write a script and then we do a table read the second episode. But I think once we find our day players, we'll be good.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know why Shelby hasn't come to me. I know a bunch of LA actor people that would totally do something fun.
Yeah.
Like a podcast where they get to be Scooby-Doo characters.
Mm-hmm. Or a Power Rangers, maybe
or a
goose
Power
bump.
Ranger. Just one bump.
Yeah, just a single bump. No more.
Yeah.
You better believe we'll be going to that Hanna-Barbera well over and over again. Because I think Yo Yogi might be our 4th episode. Yo Yogi, it's very good. It's like a pup named Scooby-Doo, but slightly not as better. Nicole, what you got to plug?
You know me. Follow Darling Homebody on social media. Visit darlinghomebody.com for creepy, cute stuff that I make. And patreon.com/darlinghomebody.
Yeah. Hey guys, MLMpod.com to find out information about our other podcast. Ooh, baby, we have Shuffling the Deck is no longer because we got through all the ICP stuff, but Sean and I were going full professional wrestling on Sweaty Time Professional Wrestling. It's in the Marshland Media podcast feed, so if you are subscribed to listen to Shuffling the Deck, you'll still get it there. That starts next Monday. We're going through Lucha Underground. I'm very excited. You should be too. And then also listen to my music under Marshland Monster. Howard Kramer, a.k.a. Dragon Boy Suede. Him and I have another single coming out, I think September 2nd. Still hearing back from him on full confirmation. If I don't hear back from him in a week, I'm just going to be like, hey, man, it's coming out September 2nd. Because the album cover is the only thing I'm waiting on him to give a thumbs up to. But the second one I sent, it's fine. I could see why he wouldn't like the first one, because it was me in a string bikini with a dynamite stick in there. Yeah, that makes sense why he's like, I don't want to see that every time I go to my Spotify page. So listen to that. You can find our other singles wherever music is found, and go over to patreon.com. Oh, wait, I already said that. Patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content like bonus episodes of this show. We're going through Akiba Ranger. Once a month you get engaged with Nicolas Cage, Death from Above, and This Existed. All of that, it's there, $5 a month, every single Friday. New podcast. But for $10 a month you get more exclusive content like straight to Patreon. We're doing Doom Asylum this month. It's a very, very fun movie. And you get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, he's not of a belt, he's of a rapper named Defo, D-F-O, Kayla, a.k.a. Two Grapes, Jordan B., the Chaos Witch, Joshua, Nicole's brother, oh my God, they have the same last name, that must be they're related. Steve Barnes, the aforementioned Sweet Child of Time, probably said that on this show. Who knows? Yeah, we did. Talking about an HBO password. My mother, we talked about her. I came from her womb. And finally, Lil Corey's BFF and roommate Shane. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Sam.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.